Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bantz Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. For today's episode, I want to talk about the Davido and Wizkid's drama on social media. Now, this feud, I would say, has been going on for years now. Multiple, I don't even know when it started, but the truth is, Wizkid is pained. Wizkid I think he's been betrayed by somebody, because nobody will come online and literally say, I hate somebody because he literally said, I hate Davido. I think the industry people need to step in at this point, or the godfathers of the industry. But I think for Wizkid to come out with his full chest and say those things, he was betrayed, not just by Davido, but by the godfathers of the industry. Now, let me just give a bit of a background for some of you who don't know who Wizkid and Davido is. Now, Davido, Omo Babolo, step into the music scene. For me, the first time I heard about Davido was Kelewu. I was like, wow, who is this guy? It was so juvenile, but it was good. It was good music. We danced to Skelewu. There were competitions about Skelewu. That was for me the first time I kind of came across Davido. Though, yeah, I've been hearing his music, but really that was when I started liking his songs. Now, Wizkid, on the other hand, he's been in the industry for over a decade. He was first of all signed with EME, Banky W's record label. Now, something happened. Nobody knows what happened, but Wizkid and Banky W kind of parted ways, and I don't think they are in good terms based on what has been happening online, because when Banky W got married, Wizkid was not there. So people started speculating that something must be going on, or something must have gone wrong for record labels. People leave record labels, people end their contracts and they move on. But I think for the fact that I believe strongly that something happened. Anyway, Wizkid and Davido were once very good friends, or let's say industry acquaintances. I don't even know if they had a song together, but they have been on stage together at some point. There are pictures and videos to prove that. But because Davido comes from money and Wizkid comes from a very humble background, I think that kind of made people, Nigerians, they like money. They like siding with money, or they like siding with somebody that they think can pay them. So I think at some point something happened, a betrayal happened, that Davido was engineered, or Davido was part of, that made Wizkid pissed off. And Wizkid has been dragging Davido for a very long time. Wizkid came out and talked about how Afrobeat is he's not an Afrobeat artist. Wizkid lost his Wizkid lost his mom, so a lot of people attributed his pain to his mother, but I don't think so. Even before he lost his mom, Wizkid has detached himself from the Nigerian music industry, or Afrobeat as we all know it today. He has kind of supported individual artists, don't get me wrong, but in terms of, let's say, Davido is kind of for everybody, basically, but in the other room. But Wizkid has kind of maintained that classy. The difference between the two of them is basically Wizkid is kind of, he's packaging himself as a very classy or classic musician, while Davido is like, I'm African, I'm Afrobeat, I am everything that comes with Africa, So these are two different artists with two different rhythm, rhymes, music, but they are always at loggerheads. First of all, I think the fans are not helping the situation, because they said there are big threes in the music industry. They will name Davido, Wizkid, and Burna Boy. So Davido's fan, 30BG Gang, and Wizkid's fan FC, they are always, at loggerheads. Davido is better than Wizkid, or Wizkid is better than Davido. There's always been that battle. But I think these are both, they are good artists. I mean, I listened to Davido's song, I listened to Wizkid's song. I think when I came across Wizkid was when he sang Bakrumo. I was like, Bakrumo, who is this guy? Oh yeah, okay. You want to dance to that song. So that was for me. I don't know about any other person. that was when I was like, okay, this guy is talented, this guy is good. So both Davido and Wizkid, they are very talented artists, but for some reason I think there's a problem. For me, I believe there's a betrayal somewhere there that is not being addressed. And the person that was betrayed, I believe is Wizkid. So that is why Davido is not even, Davido knows what he did or knew what happened, but he knew maybe that because he was the engineer of whatever was going on or whatever happened or whatever betrayal that happened to Wizkid. I think that is why whenever Wizkid is online ranting about everything, he doesn't address it. Anyway, for this current fight, the online fans, Wizkid has been talking about him dropping an album for a very long time. So they asked Wizkid, when are you going to drop this album? Wizkid basically said they should beg him the way, referencing to when Davido was on his knees begging for Coochie, basically. So he said that they should beg him that way. That just set off everything. I mean, it went from 0 to 1,000 really quickly because Wizkid FC, Davido, Tessie BG gang were like, oh, why are you dragging our boss? Wizkid FC, they were trying to defend Wizkid. It just got messy. Wizkid was accusing Davido or saying, oh, I'm better. In fact, let me just read that message that Wizkid, one of the tweets that I think was just uncalled for. He said, first off, you are not as fly as me. Can't sing or make music like me. You can't dress. You can't make more money than me. You don't even have whores like me. You don't know yourself. You're cheap. You pull up for less than we do. Now, fuck off, you spoiled rich child. That's all you are. Fuck you and your dad's money. We've got ours. Every nigga around you broke. You dumbass lawyer. Your dumbass lawyer flies with you everywhere, dressed like basket mouth. Lol. Our lawyers are too busy for that shit, you kids. Now I think people started referencing the fact that Wizkid is pissed because Davido signed a $50 million deal with Puma, which Wizkid declined the deal. Now, according to Wizkid, one of his grievances towards Davido is because whenever, let's say, they bring a deal to him, because of his brand or because he's trying to be international, he asks for more money. The next thing, Davido will step in and take that deal, not minding that, okay, we're trying to build, or maybe Wizkid is just thinking way ahead. Wizkid is thinking American kind of money, while Davido is still like, I mean, when you have money, I think Davido chased everything, every kind of money he chased, because there was one time he started Davido's coin, which is a cryptocurrency coin, and a lot of people got scammed. So I don't think Davido rejects money or whatever is put before him. He would just do it, just, to get the money, to get the hype. When money is not your problem, you will start seeking maybe validation or connection. I think Davido, money is not the problem. What he wants is connections and networking. So whatever any brand is offering him, like international brands, he takes. Now, we're not talking about small money. $50 million is not small money. But in terms of what Wizkid is, to him, his brand is bigger than $15 million, and Davido accepted that. So he's just telling Davido that he's richer. Davido is not as rich as he is. He doesn't get more women. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. That because home training basically is what differentiates him with Davido and Wizkid. Now, a lot of people have come after Wizkid saying that this is uncalled for. If you actually have an issue with Davido, why don't you address that issue instead of coming online to rant about how this guy doesn't like you, or how you don't like this guy, or how you literally hate this guy? Because there was also a tweet that he said he hates him, and I'm like, has it gotten to that? What I've realized in life is that silence is golden, regardless. And it takes maturity to get to that level. It takes a very matured mind to be like, okay, you've done me wrong. You may not be sorry for that, but I forgive you and I move on. It takes a lot, because now Wizkid is just He's just out here looking like a crazy person, tarnishing his image, his brand. People looking at him like, okay, this guy must be smoking something or must be high on something. But it might just be that people are triggering him. I remember I even did a video when the whole Diddy situation, people started attaching Wizkid to Diddy because Diddy has met Wizkid basically. They've done a video together. Wizkid met Diddy, got a Grammy. Burna Boy met Diddy, got a Grammy. So people started tying those things together. And I can only imagine how he must have felt, because that is literally linking his brand to Diddy. So maybe all those things is affecting him and it's just too much for him to bear, and he's coming out to lash out. All I will say is, Wizkid, go for therapy. And you can call friends, you can rant, you can do whatever you have to do, but keep it away from social media. If you're ranting to somebody or a friend and that person records that and posts it online, then it's a different thing. Because right now, people record everything. You can be pouring out, ranting to somebody and they will record everything and they post it online. So I understand why he would just want to be upfront to come out and say whatever he has to say. But at the end of the day, 10-20 years from now, he will look back at those tweets and be like, I shouldn't have done that. There was a time in the Nigerian music industry when Idris Abdulkarim was at the peak. He was the highest paid artist or singer, or whatever you want to call it. He was up there, and he was arrogant. He was, although according to him, was trying to fight for the rights of people, but if you're fighting and you're coming out looking crazy, today, let's say 20-25 years later, Idris Abdulkarim is looked at as somebody who is just troublesome, who just likes trouble. So Wizkid, whatever you're doing right now, in the next 10-20 years, when you're no longer going to be at that peak, I mean, we have the likes of Rema or Malay coming up at this, like there are so many other younger people. Before Wizkid, there was the Bantz, there was Two-Face, there was P Square. So the reason why their brand has longevity is because they don't come online to rant, or even if they do, it's not to the level like hating each other openly the way Wizkid and Davido is doing right now. And Davido, I think he has a very good advisor who just tells him, chill, whenever Wizkid is online ranting, just stay out of it. And he's coming out looking like a saint. Probably he's the one pulling the strings that Wizkid is reacting to, but we never know because he doesn't say anything and Wizkid is coming out ranting. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Do you think that betrayal? Because for me, I think 100% Wizkid has been betrayed and he feels that he needs to, because pray in this life for you not to be betrayed. You can never know how you're going to react after somebody you trusted betrays you. It just takes the grace of God to get over that. And I just hope that Wizkid, you pull yourself out of it, regardless of whoever is advising you to continue what you're doing. So let me know, do you think that Wizkid has been betrayed and he's just lashing out? Or do you think that he's just trying to hold on to that number 1 spot or number 2 spot or number 3 spots, the big 3 as they call them, and he's just using the video to chase clout? Let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Today's episode is once again sponsored by the DPC's Wigs. We sell wholesale, retail, and if you want to partner with us, I'll please do that. Please like and share. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.